News from the main line has not been good. Straw Hat has been having trouble. A short while ago, he gave Henry a coat of green paint, but as soon as he got his old color back again, Henry became conceited. Gordon and James have too. They're getting above themselves. I'm glad, I had to say, Sir Topham Hatt has quite kindly but very firmly put them in their place. Now the trains are running as usual. I hope you'll like meeting Percy. We shall be hearing more of him later. The author. Troublesome engines. Henry and Gordon were lonely when Thomas left the yard to run his branch line. They missed him very much and had more work to do. They couldn't wait in the shed till it was time to find their coaches at the platform. They had to fetch them. They didn't like that Edward sometimes did odd jobs. So did James, but James soon started grumbling too. Sir Topham Hatt kindly gave Henry and Gordon new coats of paint. Henry chose green, but they still grumbled dreadfully. We get no rest, they complained and clanked about the yard. But the coaches only laughed. You're lazy and slack, they answered, but in their quite rude way. When a circus came to town, the engines forgot they were tired. They all wanted to shut the special freight cars and coaches. They were dreadfully jealous of James when Sir Topham Hatt told him to pull the train and when the circus went away. However, they soon forgot about the animals and had plenty of work to do. One morning, Henry was told to take some workmen to a tunnel that was blocked. He grumbled away to find 2 freight cars to carry the workmen and tools. Pushing freight cars, he muttered in a sulky sort of way. They stopped outside the tunnel and tried to look through it, but it was quite dark. No daylight shined from the other end, and the workmen took their tools and went inside. Suddenly, with a shout, they all ran out, looking quite frightened. We went to the block and started to dig, but it grunted and moved, he said. Rubbish, said the foreman. It's not rubbish. It's big and alive. We're not going in there again. And, right, said the foreman. I'll ride in a freight car, and Henry will push it out. Wish, said Henry unhappily. He hated that he had been shut up in one once, but this was something big and alive in some time. Beep, 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 he whistled. I don't want to go in. Neither do I, said the driver, but we must clear the line. Oh dear, puffed Henry as they slowly advanced into the darkness. Henry's driver shut off steam at once. Help, we're going back, wailed Henry, and slowly moving out into the daylight, first came Henry, then freight cars, and last of all, pushing hard, was a rather cross elephant. Well, I never, said the foreman. It's an elephant from the circus. Henry's driver put on his brakes, and the man telephoned for the keeper. The elephant stopped pushing and came towards them. They gave him some sandwiches and a cake. So he would forget he was cross and remembered he was hungry. He drank 3 buckets of water without stopping and was going to drink another when Henry let off steam. The elephant jumped and squirted water all over Henry by mistake. Poor Henry. When the keeper came, the workmen rode home happily in the freight cars, laughing at their adventure, but Henry was cross. An elephant pushed me, he hissed. He was sulky all day, and his coaches had an uncomfortable time. In the shed, Henry told Gordon and James about the elephant. I'm sorry to say, instead of laughing and telling him not to be silly, they looked sad and said, You poor engine, you have been badly treated. This would start something worse.